Hey everybody, we're breaking into your day, but it's not me and Jenna today. It's Alison Gibbs, our junior warden, and Roy Johnson, our senior warden, and me, and we are breaking in this first week of our fall pledge campaign. Our theme this year is not only with our lips, but in our lives, and we wanted to just send out 3 quick stories about moments of people's generosity in our lives and how those acts of generosity towards us have hopefully made us feel like more generous people in our lives. So we're going to tell 3 stories and hope that they might be interesting to hear. Roy, do you mind going first?
Sure. As I look back on it, if I was writing a book about my life, one of the chapters would have to be about hitchhiking. Not that I support hitchhiking. It's probably something that you be very careful of. But back in the 60s and 70s, a lot of people hitchhiked.
Yeah.
I had the fortune to have a ride to Farmville, Virginia from Wilson, North Carolina when I was a freshman in college. The ride was back roads all the way, and it was great to get to Longwood to see a girl. But on Sunday, I had to come back, and I had to hitchhike my way back to Wilson. And it was all back roads. Over hill and dale. And it got dark, it got cold, I got chased by dogs. I did have a fortunate adventure meeting a girl who went to Peace College, who later became one of Debbie's suite mates.
Nice.
And then I was picked up by an elderly couple who were on their way home from Sunday evening church services, and I must have had a good twinkle in my eye because they stopped and picked me up and drove out of their way to take me to the next major highway. That's always affected my outlook at life. To their generosity just to stop and pick me up really has affected me all my life to be on the lookout for those that do need somebody to pick them up and to give them a little ride.
Yeah.
And it's always been there, just almost like the
Good Samaritan.
The Good Samaritan.
Yeah, that's
just
right.
Very beneficial.
Thank you.
Sure.
Allison, how about you?
Well, my story is not about a single incidence of generosity. It's about an extended period of generosity. And I wanted to talk about a lady named Catherine Johnson, who was a caregiver for my mother during her dementia. And she was more than a caregiver right from the beginning. She truly cared for Mom and for our whole family. And then when Mom wasn't able to stay at home anymore and had to transfer to the nursing home, she made sure that my mother was taken care of there. If something went missing, she went and found it. If the meal didn't come on time, she was in the kitchen demanding to know where the food was. And so for our entire family, because we couldn't be there every single day just because of distance, it was just such a huge blessing to know that Mom was being cared for and truly loved in so many ways. And now that my father is in declining health, she's there for him to make sure that he takes his medicine properly and that he gets something to eat and just that things get taken care of. And for all of us, and this just allows him to be able to stay in the community where he has lived all of his adult life and has friends. And it's just been, her generosity has been a blessing that I can't even describe for my whole family. The peace of mind of knowing that they're well cared for, well loved, and she has literally become a part of our extended family. And I really hope that if I ever have the opportunity to be that for someone in their life, that I will be able to do that, because it has meant more to me and to my family than I can even express in words.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for telling that. So we got hospitality or a generosity to the stranger, and then a generosity of going above sort of the minimum or just doing the job, but really generosity to a person when they're fragile and declining health, and generosity to the whole family through
Absolutely.
that. And well, I've got just a short story, generosity for the newcomer. When I first arrived here in February of 2012, we were moving into a rental house, and the moving truck, as soon as the moving truck was done, there was a knock on the door, and Barbara Harden, who was the Parish Life vestry person, showed up with some meals that some of the folks had already cooked for us to eat, and also showed up with her sleeves rolled up and ready to unpack the boys' room, all those moving boxes, set up the boys' room so that they could be in there and just be settled while Emily and I were working on the rest of the house. And it was just this incredibly generous act because you know, we could have done all that ourselves. We could have ordered a pizza or whatever, but what we would have done is felt overwhelmed and stressed out. And instead, because of Barbara's generosity, we felt welcomed, and we felt like, oh, we're going to get this. This will be okay. And it felt like more of an adventure instead of a chore. So 3 kinds of generosity, none of which, as we're doing our fall pledge campaign, are about writing a check to Holy Trinity. But what we hope is that all of us, having received generosity from other people, that we've become generous people, and that maybe a part of that generosity is to be a pledging member of Holy Trinity Parish and to support our common life financially as well as spiritually, and with your efforts and fellowship and all that. So hope this was a little bit helpful and a little bit fun to hear some good stories from the wardens of your church, and I think we all hope that you have a great day. Thanks, everybody. Bye.